Good evening, I'm Brett Baer. President Obama wants you to feel his pain over a series of cuts in spending growth set to take effect in less than 2 weeks. Today, he laid out real-world concerns such as reductions in emergency service, child care, and job security. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry on whether any deal over the sequester is still possible.
People will lose their jobs. The unemployment rate might tick up again.
A senior administration official admitted today both parties are so dug in, the massive spending cuts are all but certain to kick in, leading to layoffs, the president said, for first responders and hundreds of thousands of others, though he insists he has an open door to work out a deal.
They don't have to happen. There is a smarter way to do this, to reduce our deficits without harming our economy, but Congress has to act.
Yet Republican leaders say they have not even been contacted by the president since the inaugural.
I don't have any calls or communications to read out to you. But this is not a complicated piece of business.
Complicated enough, it's lingered since late 2011 when the supercommittee failed to get a deal. Republicans then proposed plans to avoid the sequester, and at the time the president responded by threatening a veto.
Already some in Congress are trying to undo these automatic spending cuts. My message to them is simple. No. I will veto any effort to get rid of those automatic spending cuts to domestic and defense spending.
Pressed today on why the president wanted to veto an effort to stop cuts he now calls draconian, spokesman Jay Carney said the problem was Republicans wanted a plan that was not balanced with spending cuts and tax increases.
We do not support undoing the sequester in a way that says, you know what, we'll throw double the number of kids out of Head Start. We'll make double the amount of cuts to education.
Speaker John Boehner fired back today. The focus should be on other spending cuts, saying, quote, just last month, the president got his higher taxes on the wealthy, and he's already back for more. The American people understand that the revenue debate is now closed. We should close loopholes and carve-outs in the tax code, but that revenue should be used to lower rates across the board. Enter Alan Simpson and Erskine Bowles, former co-chairs of the president's own debt commission, who unveiled a new version of their plan today that would save $2.4 trillion, double the sequester. They want far more spending cuts than the president wants, and they warned Mr. Obama's legacy will be tarnished if he does not act on Social Security and Medicare.
If he wants to leave it alone and not deal with those two biggies, forget the rest of the stuff, he'll have a failed presidency.
But Simpson and Bowles also call for $600 billion in more tax revenue that Republicans do not want. And Carney said that combo of spending cuts and tax increases obliterates the GOP claim that you can balance the budget without doing both. Brett?
Ed, there's been criticism coming from Capitol Hill of this White House, of this president, for not reaching out. Today, late today, some outreach on immigration.
That's right. A little kerfuffle started at the White House briefing because basically Senator Rubio's office had said that they'd never heard from the White House on immigration. Then the White House fired back and said there had been 5 meetings between White House staff and Rubio staffers as part of these gang of 8 meetings up on Capitol Hill. Then Rubio's folks said, no, these were just briefings, not meetings. The president tried to put all this to rest. He placed calls tonight basically to Marco Rubio, who's still traveling overseas, but also Senators McCain and Graham, key to any immigration reform deal. The president on those calls, I'm told, said he feels good about the prospects for a deal. Senator Rubio's office now says he feels good. So everyone's good. The question now is whether they actually come together on a deal, Brett.
Yeah, and how good. All right, Ed, thank you.
Good to see you.